Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to my channel igama lami Mdletshe, and on this channel sikhuluma ngama-reality TV shows, ama-celebrities kanye nama-YouTubers. So you guys, something is going on with Miss SA 2023 because one of the finalists has been accused of being a high school bully. Okay, I want to tell a short story, you guys, so that maybe some of you can understand my where I stand when it comes to bullying. When I was in grade six, I believe it must have been grade six or seven, basically in primary school, and there was a child there, a girl that was, those kids that because of their stature, she was very thin, very timid. Those kids that are obviously very vulnerable to bullying. Everybody that wants to bully somebody, they bully that kid. She was that kid. And when we were doing, I think it must have been grade six or grade seven, one day, because she was being bullied on a consistent basis by this group of boys. And this group of boys came from a very well-known family, like, a famous, not famous, but popular in the community, popular family. It was a polygamous family. And polygamous families usually have lots of kids. And they would always have lots of kids in the same school from that family. And it was mostly boys. There were girls, but it was mostly boys. Okay. So one day, because she was so tired of being bullied, one day when they tried to provoke her after school, she just ran home. When she got home, she took ummese and then ran back to the group of kids. Remember, it's many of them. So when she was closer to them, the other kids realized that upete ummese, ne? So they ran away. But out of these kids, there was one boy who was very, very sweet, who was also a brother to the ones that used to bully a lot. And yeah, he was sweeter than the others, but he was always with his brothers, you know? So even though he wouldn't actively participate in the bullying when they tell the story, but he was part of the group because those were his brothers. So the others ran away, and this one was on. He was overweight. So when the others ran away from this girl, uh, I don't know if he didn't run because obviously he was thinking he never did anything to this girl, or he didn't run because he was overweight. Maybe he tried and couldn't. But this girl, or let me say this because then YouTube is going to have a problem with my video if I tell what really happened. But a week later, the school had to attend a funeral for that boy. Okay. And this girl had run away from home. They had to look for her for some time. And I think actually that day was the last time that she saw umnyango wesikole being at school. So basically that day, two lives where one was lost, the other one was like completely destroyed because then after that she was known as the person that took somebody's life. Actually, I've never seen her after that. So that's how serious bullying is, you guys. That's how serious, because I really used to feel like this girl must have been so tired and so hopeless because every day after school she had to deal with this. So as much as, because I've seen on Twitter people talking about, if you've been bullied at school, I mean you have to be over it by now. It's deeper than that. You get affected more than that. So this a lady who is a finalist is being accused of bullying in high school. Her name is Leven Jose or Jose. It depends how it's pronounced. Okay, she's being accused of being a bully, and not by just one person. It's more than one person. She has not commented on the issue, you guys. So I don't know why she hasn't even come out and said, because people are saying that it's possible that she has changed over the years. She's a better person. But I feel like the acknowledgement sometimes to say, listen, yes, I was that person. I did do those things, but I'm working on myself now, or I have worked on myself and I have changed. can help instead of just ignoring the whole thing and pretending as if it does not exist. It's not easy, you guys, to get over what the person did to you, especially when it comes to bullying, especially when you see them take on such important positions. It's like, okay, so they just went on to do well in life after they affected my life. Okay, so I understand why a person that was bullied sitting at home, seeing her being announced as one of the finalists, is thinking, what the hell? Maybe it's about time I tell my story. Okay. So yeah, you guys, that is where I stand honestly when it comes to bullying. I feel like it's more serious than people think that it is. And I think that if she did this, honestly, I mean, people are justified in telling the story. If the story is true, then they must tell the story. So this is what one of the people is saying. Okay, not going to lie, but when I saw this girl make it to Miss SA Top 30, I was asking myself, how? Because she is a bully. I wanted to comment on my experience, but I held myself back and thought maybe she's changed. Let me just mind my own business. And lo and behold, the Twitter street did an expose. The bully allegations sparked a debate on Twitter, with some suggesting the people who came forward were jealous because Jose is now on her journey to possibly becoming the next Miss South Africa. And that is the victim's responsibility to heal and move on. Listen, you guys, I do not want a Miss South Africa, a person that will represent South Africa that is a bully. I just don't want it, especially if they're not coming out to say, yes, I did do it, and these are the things I've done to work on it, and it's not something that's ever going to happen. I don't want that. I wouldn't support that. They say it doesn't take away the pain from the victim. The victim, Naye, must take it upon themselves to heal. This is what they say on Twitter. The scars are there, okay? But heal him, does say you're still holding on to anger 2008. You are bringing it back now because your bully from grade 7 might win. I think they're justified. They are justified. That's just my stance on it. If I see somebody wins that has bullied me, it's going to bother me. I don't want to lie. I don't know if that's, you can call that jealousy, but that would bother me too. Others suggest that bullies should be allowed to redeem themselves because when people grow, sometimes they change. I agree with that. I agree with that they can change. But I think that when it comes to bullying, you want to hear that somebody takes accountability and that they have worked on themselves, because sometimes or children bullies grow into adult bullies. That's why we have bullies in workplaces. It's people that never actually realized that bullying was wrong, and they just exist that way in all spaces that they're in. They exist as bullies, and if it's not pointed out that, listen, that's not a behavior that is acceptable, they're always going to be like that. Okay. Admittedly, I look back at my behavior in high school and I can honestly and unashamedly say I was a mid girl. I was not a good person. Over the years, I'm 100% sure I've grown to be a better person. I'm on my way. I'm in no way the person I was back then. I was saying people don't grow and change. The people do grow and change, but you have to, as a victim, you have to be able to see that the person has acknowledged what they've done to you. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to see or say that they've changed. Okay. And then another one says, please don't fight me, but I genuinely want to understand. So if someone did something in their past and made a bad decision and they see the wrong in their actions, they have grown up and changed, we still judge them according to the bad decision they did in high school. If they don't acknowledge and say, yes, I see what I've done and I have changed, then absolutely the victims have every right to judge them. Most argue that while the bully repents and gets on their lives, the victim remain in their lifetime scars, which may affect their daily lives. I agree with that. Because even that story that I'm telling you guys, yes, the boy did pass away. It was a painful experience because it really was a sweet boy that did pass away. And those other kids really did move on with their lives. Yes, with the scar that they had lost a brother, but also the girl that had done that also, I don't think that she's living a normal life now after that happened, because I don't think that her life was ever normal after that. Bali Mbata opened up about how her daughter, a victim of bullying, almost ended her life. And these are some of the things that happened. My daughter was hospitalized at 12 years old due to being having thoughts of taking her life as a result of bullying. It's 4 years later, and she still struggles with confidence, trusting people, and making friends. Anime kancane about people changing, because that's about the bully. Our concern is the victim. Okay. Uh yeah, you guys, listen. Okay, this is what they say. Miss South Africa CEO Stephanie Wells said she had no comment on IOL's lifestyle reach when IOL reached out, which is disappointing because the former Miss SA Shundi Vidzo Musina opened up about what bullying did to her and her self-esteem. Hence, she's using her influence to fight for children who are victims and bullying. Like, listen, you guys, in other countries, I can tell you right now, in Miss USA, this person will be out already. You know, even if they just said, listen, right now, because we don't know what's happening with this story, but since this is a serious issue, you're not going to participate in this competition. Maybe you can come back next year if everything is cleared out, because I believe that in other countries they take bullying more seriously than South Africa does. The fact that they Miss SA is just continuing with the competition as normal, as if this issue is not taking place, it's weird to me. It's strange that it's like they don't take it seriously. They do say that she herself, the finalist, has not addressed the allegations against her, and she's still in the competition and could be Miss SA. So we could possibly have a Miss SA that is a bully. If they don't take this seriously, we might have. Imagine. Imagine, you guys. Listen, young kids who are watching my channel, be mindful of how you treat people, even as a young person, because that thing would be, people that you treat badly will always remember. Every time they see you, they always remember how you affected them. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before Pumegona, share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntanda kakhulu.